Gopinath Kaviraj was a remarkable spiritual writer who had the privilege of meeting great siddhas during his lifetime. This incident is from one of his encounters with a revered siddha who had journeyed from the Himalayas to Benaras and was residing in the Garudeshwar locality. Mahatmaji stayed in Kashidham for approximately 2 months, and Gopinath Ji frequently engaged in discussions with him, gradually forming a close acquaintance. One day, Gopinath Ji had the opportunity to delve into the invaluable knowledge of Mahatma Ji. During a conversation about Prakriti, Mahatma Ji emphasized, "I will focus on Apara Prakriti for now and not delve into Para Prakriti. Apara Prakriti governs the senses and is divided into various expressions. The functions of the senses are referred to as science, while those of the mind are called knowledge. When these two functions are harmonized, all human desires dissipate. Prakriti has 2 aspects, one that draws beings closer to God and another that pulls them away. In truth, Prakriti is neutral. It neither embodies anger nor forgiveness. It is influenced by past impressions and tendencies, causing it to either draw the soul towards or away from God. Sadhana, or spiritual practice, begins when one sheds their past impressions and tendencies, marking the initiation of the soul's journey toward God. The soul does not actively perform sadhana. Rather, Prakriti carries out its role. When the soul does not obstruct Prakriti's work, Prakriti's actions become the means for the soul's liberation." Mahatma Ji continued, "The mind resides in Sahasrara and has remained there since before creation. During creation, the mind descends rapidly from Sahasrara and in an instant penetrates the 6 chakras before reaching Muladhara. This descent is swift and unobstructed. However, the mind is not alone. It carries along the ego, senses, and the sense of doership. The mind encounters no obstacles until it reaches Muladhara, where it slows down and cannot return to its original position due to the emergence of a second sankalpa, or intention. The first sankalpa, with which the mind descends from Sahasrara, is its primal intention. If the second sankalpa does not arise, the mind naturally returns to Sahasrara with great speed, requiring no effort. Achieving liberation means removing this second sankalpa. If one does not generate this second intention, Kundalini Shakti awakens spontaneously, leading to the realization of Brahman without any effort." Mahatma Ji clarified, "The first sankalpa happens automatically and is divine, while the second sankalpa requires effort and is of the individual soul, leading to bondage. Unfortunately, people often generate the second sankalpa, trapping the mind in Kundalini, which then connects with the senses through the Ida and Pingala nadis." He went on to explain, "When we perceive any form, it is the ego that arises from the eyes, but this ego dissolves once the object is no longer in view. These births and deaths pertain to the ego, not the soul, which remains eternally still. The act of inhaling and exhaling symbolizes birth and death. Wandering between these breaths or births and deaths signifies the quest to rediscover the lost path. When the mind cannot enter the Sushumna path, it roams along the Ida Pingala path, known as Kala Chakra, or the cycle of time. This world, samsara, is synonymous with this cycle." Mahatma Ji concluded by addressing whether previous impressions and attachments to words are inherently bad, stating, "Nothing is inherently bad. Everyone is inherently good when aligned with their original nature. It is only when one's nature becomes corrupted that conflicts between good and bad behavior arise. The first sankalpa, which arises simultaneously with impressions, embodies truthfulness, non-violence, simplicity, and righteousness. This is brahmacharya, or the path to Brahman. Any subsequent sankalpa represents corruption,